Hi guys, how's it going? We'll try to block out my light. What I need to do on my vlogs is get better lighting. Anyway, I made a music background video because I'm very musically motivated ever since I was born and will be even after I die. Unfortunately, I deleted my last one, so I was unable to post it on YouTube. And for some reason, YouTube now is only giving me standard definition. One, they made high definition. I'm on a 15 Pro iPhone. It should be high or 1080 pixel. But for some reason, YouTube's doing some weird stuff, but I could care less. Okay, my story about my music. As a very young man, or a young boy, I had a African-American maid. Back then, my mom and dad both were out working, so I had to have somebody there to take care of me. My sister's much older than I, so she was actually in school, and I was at home. I remember one day, I heard something that intrigued me, and it was the blues. And the first introduction to music for me was the blues through her. And to this day, the blues means a lot to me. I still love it dearly. So, moving on, as a young man or young boy, and I'm sorry, I don't edit my videos, so I may say weird stuff. My videos are set up to where I'm actually in your home talking to you. I don't go through expensive editing and doing this and doing that and chopping it up and making sure everything's perfect. So as a boy, I had a transistor radio. And I used to listen in Charlotte, North Carolina. We had big waves, WIST, and WGIV, and WBT, and all kinds of radio stations. And big waves was one of the ones I listened to the most. At that time, Motown was it. That's all you heard on the radio was Motown. And then the Beatles came around, and you started hearing some of the Beatles. And, of course, I got a chance to see them on the Ed Sullivan Show as a very young boy. That was the premiere of the Beatles in America on Ed Sullivan. And I remember it was the girls were screaming so loud you couldn't even hear them. I couldn't hear them play. My sister is much older, 6, 7 years older than me, was so much in love with Paul McCartney. I mean, she was going crazy. I mean, crying, tears out of her eyes, and I never understood it, to be honest with you. And to me, the Beatles didn't mean nothing to me at that time. I just saw a bunch of girls being stupid. But as music started up for me, and I started hearing all these artists, I was singing. I was a soprano. And I was singing all the time, and my mother knew it. So she decided to get me into a choir, the YMCA Boys Choir. And I sang some solos and really enjoyed that a lot. So from there, I started to, as I got a little bit older, I remember I took lessons from this lady that taught voice, and that's my first introduction to a teacher. At this time, I was still in school, so I picked up playing the saxophone, the alto saxophone, and the alto saxophone I enjoyed playing. So as I got a little bit older, I picked up the tenor saxophone, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. So, being a singer, I developed into being a tenor, and I've been in a lot of different performances. Now, I went to Wingate College to study music and washed out of that school because I was a partier. I smoked tons of marijuana and drank a lot of alcohol. At that time, when you're 18, you could drink alcohol, no big deal. You just couldn't drink liquor. You had to be 21 to drink liquor. I drank beer, wine, you name it, I did it. I washed out of Wingate College, went to Central Piedmont Community College in Charlotte, North Carolina. I got into a choir there as an elective and got introduced to Myers Park Presbyterian Church. Steven Stegall, I think I'm saying his name right. He's dead now. He graduated from Juilliard. Now, Myers Park Presbyterian Church is a rather wealthy church. So it's not one of your run-of-the-mill churches you go to. I was hired as a paid section leader in the tenor section. I would help. I'd help the section, especially those having trouble with reading music. I would help them go through music and the pieces to learn their parts. I was a little bit. I was brought up, or when I was a boy, my dad did a lot of emotional abusing on me, and I had very low self-esteem. So singing, I was afraid to do solos because I was afraid what people would think. My choir director, and I loved him. He's dead now. He was an accomplished organist also. He's dead now, but he helped me through this. I loved him so much, him and his wife, Ann. They did so much to me musically in those 12 years. I learned a lot of things. And our performances were just amazing. I mean, amazing. But he let me sing solos and was behind me saying, everything's okay. You have a beautiful voice. You have a beautiful talent. And after a while, I was able to sing solos. And it was a lot of fun. So I got involved with the Charlotte Symphony Chorale. I got involved with the Oratorio Singers. I got involved some with the Charlotte Music Club. Unfortunately, I didn't get that active with them. I've been in all kinds of performances. You name it, I've been in it. Now, as a young man, I have played in some rock bands. But none of them were ever popular. We never made any albums. We just played local gigs, and I mainly did it for the girls. Let's face it, girls like guys in bands, and I had quite a few. Music has been a lot to me. I had the fortunate opportunity to go to the Double Door Inn in Charlotte, which is a bar which is no more. They tore it down. And believe me, I cried quite a few tears after they tore that bar down. The Double Door Inn was a blues bar and had many different bands. They've had Eric Clapton there, Stevie Ray Vaughan played there, Bonnie Raitt played there, all kinds of blues artists played there. It was known in the Southeast as the Double Door Inn Blues Bar. I mean, they had people, oh gosh, guitarists. There's on YouTube right now, there's Kathy, Donna, Lulu. Anyway, they do music reactions, and I'm always on there because a lot of the bands that are requested are the ones I actually saw live at the Double Door Inn. So as I got older, music meant a lot to me. And I decided one day that I was going to go on YouTube to be a music reactor. But most unfortunately, you have to have all this editing software, all this garbage that I just can't afford. I'm on a low income. So now I do all my vlogs without editing on YouTube. I decided that I was going to do something that nobody has ever done on Instagram, ever. And that is to post music of all kinds of different types of music. I have said this before, my number one artist on YouTube is Carolina Percentco. I've watched her since she was 10 years old. A very talented musician. She's 15 now. And I've also tried to help young artists. Freeze the Fall Band, I'm behind them 100%. They're a rock band that everybody's comparing them to The Warning. Okay, I'm going to say this, and this is just me. I think Freeze the Fall, if they stay as a band, that's the problem. They're not related. So I'm worried that they may not stay as a band. They may go on their separate ways. But if they stay as a band, they will be more popular than The Warning. I set them apart. I don't compare them to any other band. They're very talented musicians, and they're very good at writing their own songs. So my goal on Instagram is to help as many artists as I can. I find some on YouTube that are highly talented, wonderful songwriters, brilliant musicians that only have 20 subscribers. They just started posting. I find them and put them on Instagram. So do me a big favor. Please follow me on Instagram. Bob Crozier, BOBCROSIER. Just go and search and put BOBCORSIER. Bob Crozier. You will see that I have all kinds of music there for you. I like bluegrass, rap, classical, violin, guitar, piano, you name it. I love it. There's not any music that I've heard that I don't like. And I mean, I hear people all the time. I had this one man saying on there, I only listen to music in the 60s. That's when it was the best. Bull crap. Bull crap. The 1920s had better music. So my thing is that music from the very beginning all the way up to 2024 means so much to me. Once again, thanks for listening, and have yourself a great day. And don't worry about liking this video or subscribing. I'm not on this to make any money. Have a nice day.